And welcome back to Today on a very special Thursday morning. Our plaza is packed. We've got more than 600 girls from all over the country, all over the world, all of them here to help us celebrate International Day of the Girl.
We have a star-studded hour in store for you, but first, without further ado, our special guest, help us welcome former First Lady Michelle Obama. She is here with a special announcement about an issue that is near and dear to her, and we welcome her. Mrs. Obama, good morning.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
morning.
How are you? Great to see you.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness. Welcome.
I would just like to say we did not all plan to wear white. This just happened.
It just happened.
It feels like a white day.
Yes.
By the way, can I just say, being First Lady must have been super, super cool. But what is the coolest thing about being a former First Lady?
Oh, you know, it's the small things.
Yeah.
It's opening up my door and walking out and enjoying the weather and sitting on my patio. It's the small things. It's going to my girls' game.
Yeah.
And just really being a mom. So there's nothing new that's going on. It's just that we're out in the real world. We have a house.
I was just thinking about you and the former president in your own house. Like, is he driving you crazy? Are you like, take out the trash? I mean, it's a little different than being at the White House.
One of the keys to a successful marriage is separate bathrooms. So as long when he enters my bathroom, sometimes I'm like, why are you in here?
What are you doing?
And he's like, I live here. Can I enjoy my bathroom too? But he's been good. We've both been busy. We're working on books. So that keeps us busy, and we've got kids in college, one kid in college, one on the way. So we've got a senior in high school. So it's all the drama that goes with, well, you guys don't know this yet.
Not yet.
But senior year is quite intense because it's testing, it's applications, it's grades. So we are riding that wave with our seniors.
Speaking of your adorable girls, I was watching an old interview you did with Oprah when you were leaving the White House, and you said, the 8 years in the White House are either going to make or break my girls.
Yeah.
So what is the verdict on how it worked?
They're doing well. I'm so proud of them. I mean, and they are some of the reasons why this issue means so much to me, because I think about what it means for them to have their voice and to have come out of those 8 years confident and poised. As Jenna knows, it is tough growing up in the public eye. And they spent the majority of their life in the international spotlight with all the criticisms and the judgments. And now we're in the era of social media where every little thing gets blown out of proportion. But they are down to earth. They are humble. They are normal. And it has been a huge relief. I said this before. It took me several months in the White House before I could take a deep breath because I knew that this transition wasn't going to take them out. And I talk about in my book, remembering the first day they went to school. And it was before Barack took office. We were in the Hay Adams, so we were living in a hotel out of suitcases. They were starting a new school. They were in their armored vehicles with men with guns going off to a new school. And I just thought, what on earth are we doing to them? And I just prayed and hoped and thank God they're good, and it's because of the love of so many people in their lives and the support. So they are on the other end, and I'm so proud of them. They're doing well.
I'm sure you're proud.
Thank you for asking.
And relieved. And these are tough times politically that we are living in. You were famous at the Democratic Convention for saying, when they go low, we go high. And just this week, the former Attorney General, Eric Holder, who worked for your husband, said the Democrats should have a new motto: when they go low, we should kick them. Hillary Clinton said, how can we be civil when our opponents are trying to take away everything we stand for? And I just thought, what would you say now about your motto? Do you think it still stands? When they go low, we go high?
Absolutely. Fear is not it's not a proper motivator. Hope wins out. And if you think about how you want your kids to be raised, how you want them to think about life and their opportunities. Do you want them afraid of their neighbors? Do you want them angry? Do you want them vengeful? You know, if we think of the values that we try to promote to our children, Savannah, you're a mother right now. And at this point, you have to think about what are the things you're telling your girls? Which motto do you want them to live by? And I have to think about that as a mother, as someone who's a role model to young girls. We want them to grow up with promise and hope. And we can't model something different if we want them to be better than that.
There was a tiny moment at John McCain's funeral where former President Bush handed you a cough drop. It may have been a nothing to some people, but when you watched that moment, we realized how important that tiny moment was, right?
I didn't realize at the time that anybody noticed what we were doing. We were sitting together. You know, President Bush and I, we are forever seatmates because of protocol. That's how we sit at all the official functions. So he is my partner in crime at every major thing where all the formers gather. So we're together all the time, and I love him to death. He's a wonderful man. He's a funny man. And it was a simple gesture. He was getting a cough drop from Laura, and I looked over and I said, hand me a cough drop. He was like, oh, okay. And I will add that they were old cough drops. That's the funny thing, because they were in the little White House box, the Altoids, and I was like, how long have you had these? And he said, a long time. We got a lot of these.
Well, it was one of those moments where people felt like, oh, there's a little bipartisan moment, even just as simple as a cough drop.
That's why it matters so much, because that's what people are hungry for. They're hungry for what we all know, that, you know, party doesn't separate us, color, gender, those kind of things don't separate us. You know, it's the messages that we send. And if we're the adults and the leaders in the room and we're not showing that level of decency, we cannot expect our children to do the same. So that's what I think about when I think about the gestures and the symbols and what our words mean and the impact that it has. I think about the next generation every single time.
We have a lot to say on that topic, the next generation. We're going to pause our conversation just here. And when we come back, Mrs. Obama's big announcement about what she's doing to help girls around the world.
Plus, Jenna takes our celebration global, introducing us to the remarkable women that she met on a trip to Africa.
And this crowd isn't here for nothing. We've got an epic concert. This is something we've never done. Back-to-back performances. Kelly Clarkson, Jennifer Hudson, Meghan Trainor. We are celebrating International